And welcome to Pirate TV's coverage of Seton Hall athletics. I am Jimmy Bliss, joined alongside Michael Federico as the Seton Hall men's basketball team just defeated the Nyack College Warriors by a score of 113-67. A very, very impressive victory here on the campus of Seton Hall University behind us at Walsh Gymnasium. And Michael, before the game, there were two players that were sticking out to both of us that we wanted to see big things from early on in this game. And you want to talk about Jared Rhoden and his resurgence in the blue and white of Seton Hall. So what did you like seeing from him today?
Yeah, I think Jared Rhoden wasn't the most electrifying game scoring-wise, but he had 8 assists, led the team in assists, and the passes he was making were something looked like straight out of a video game.
Oh, yeah.
He was making no-look, behind-the-back passes. He was creating shots just by passing the ball. As soon as he received the ball, he was passing it back out, giving his teammates an opportunity to shoot the ball. It was really something fun to watch.
And Jared Rhoden did say earlier this week that Jared Rhoden is the best passer that he has ever played with. A very, very big term to use, as Jared Rhoden's played with so many great players here at Seton Hall. The player that I highlighted pregame that stood up to the task was Tyrese Samuel, who actually had a career high in points and rebounds in today's game, where he had 22 points as well as 12 rebounds. Had a fantastic day coming off the bench, as he did play over 20 minutes here at Seton Hall in South Orange. He was just all over the floor, great defensively, great offensively, and he was just really a beast in that paint. Had a 2-inch height advantage over everyone that was guarding him, and he really took advantage of that. And it's definitely something that he can do for the remainder of the season.
It gives me a lot of confidence. It shows that I've been putting in some work, all the work that I've been putting in late nights and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, this can't be the only game that I'd be doing things like this. I got to start doing these games against like big teams, and, and along the stretch in the Big East, and then so on and so forth, all the way to March Madness. So it's a good confidence booster, but like I can't settle for this, so I just got to keep on working, keep on pushing.
And now looking at a few players that had other good games that we didn't speak about right now, a few of the starters. Myles Cale, he came back, first time that he played for Seton Hall since suffering that injury against Ohio State just 2 weeks ago that caused him to miss a bunch of action here with the Pirates, as well as Jared Rhoden, who had a fantastic game as well. Per usual, Jared Rhoden, the superstar of the Pirates. So Michael, what did you see out of these two in their performances today?
I think Myles Cale being back really helps this Pirate team. He's a great leader. He had 12 points today. Wasn't really anything that he normally does when he's fully back, like in the beginning of the season where he had 20-plus point games.
Right.
But having him back, he got a lot more minutes than we thought he was going to have. We talked pregame, we thought he was only going to have anywhere between 10 and 12 minutes. He had over 20 minutes playing, and he had a great game. He did a lot for this team, and you can really see how much the team goes to him as a leader on the court.
Yeah, this was I definitely needed like a game to come back before this big week coming up. I felt like I really needed this game to just get my feet wet again, play with my teams, even in the timeouts, see how we talk in the huddles, and just, it felt good to be back out there with my teammates, so I was really happy.
Jared Rhoden as well. He only had 4 points in the first half, but had a very, very good second half where he was able to have 12 points in the second half. He went 5 of 9 from the field, including 5 of 8 from the free throw line. And that's exactly what you want from your leader, especially with some big games looming coming up in just a few days. And speaking of that game coming up, Michael, the Texas Longhorns are coming to town on Thursday evening. And this is a big one. A top 10 team in the country. Texas comes to the Prudential Center, ranked number 8 right now in the AP polls. What do you expect to see from this Texas team, and how can Seton Hall potentially take down a top 10 opponent in this Big East, Big 12 tournament?
Well, it's nothing that the Seton Hall team hasn't done before. They've beat a top 10 team already in Michigan, going to Michigan, beating them. They were ranked 4 at the time. This Texas team is a very good defensive team, as Coach Willer said in the post-game conference. Texas' only loss is to Gonzaga, which Gonzaga, as we all know, is a very good basketball team. This is going to be a tough task for Seton Hall, but what I want to point out is the depth of the Seton Hall basketball team. They scored 73 points out of the 113 that they scored today against Nyack College off of the bench. We had Jameer Harris, who leading the team with 23 points. He had 6 threes, 15 points at the half. He's an automatic bucket as soon as he got off the bench. And if he can continue to do that against Texas, I think they have a very good chance of winning.
Seton Hall does have 7 players that average over 8 points a game. Texas as well, deep team. They have 6 players that average over 8.9 points per game. So it'll definitely be a battle of 2 very, very deep teams, Michael. And this Texas team, like we mentioned, their only loss is to Gonzaga. But apart from Gonzaga, they have not really been tested this season. Most of their teams that they've been playing are either D2 or D3. And they've just been kind of blowing everyone out of the water. And it was a double-digit loss to Gonzaga. I think that this Texas team does bring a lot against Seton Hall. They have good height, they have good strength, and they're very deep. Very good pre-conference play game here before the Pirates head into conference play in about 2 weeks' time. But Texas, they've had struggles in the tournament over the past few seasons. A season ago, lost in the first round, and they were, I believe, a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. So if the Seton Hall team is able to dominate down low with Tyrese Samuel, with Jared Rhoden having a big game, Myles Cale coming back too, I think that this team could potentially hurt the Texas team in the long run and potentially could take the game. So, Michael, what do you think the final score is against Texas? Do you think that Seton Hall is able to host Texas and send them back to Austin with a loss? Or do you think that Texas is here and they are going to take over the Prudential Center and win?
I think that the Seton Hall team can score, especially today. They scored 113 points with Bryce Aiken being out. Now, granted, Texas is a lot harder opponent. They are a top 10 team. But with Bryce Aiken being there, Jared Rhoden, Myles Cale being back, and he looked pretty good today. He seems like he's fully healthy. As Willard said in the postgame show, Coach Willard said that if Cale didn't play today, he wasn't playing against Texas. So that is a huge, huge win for the Pirates already with Cale being back. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think the Pirates can pull it off if all the fans, we need to pack the Pru. It doesn't matter if you are a Pirate fan, just wear some blue, support some Pirates, go Pirates. You need to be chanting that from the crowds.
And we need every single person we can get. We need the Pru rocking, man. I feel like, me personally, we haven't had it where the atmosphere is extremely high yet this year, and I think that if everyone comes out and shows support, it's going to be an amazing environment. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Looking forward to looking up and just seeing people everywhere, and that's what I want to see.
Top boxes and all everything.
And that's all up to you. You need to pack the Pru, fill the stands up, go Pirates.
We'll be here as well for Texas versus Seton Hall coverage. Pirate TV goes to every single basketball game regardless of home or away, and so we will see you guys there. I think that Seton Hall is definitely a team that can take down this Texas team, and I'm going to say it right now that I think Seton Hall is going to win this game. I agree
with you.
I think Seton Hall, the guard play this season has been astronomical. Bryce Aiken didn't play today, but the guards were still able to combine, make some really good shots, were able to assist very well as well. And of course down low, when you have guys like Jared Rhoden, when you have Tyrese Samuel, Ike Obiagu, who didn't even get that much time today, and he's incredible defensively with blocks all over the place. Alexis Yetna as well didn't get a heck of a lot of minutes today. Yetna really was not a huge factor, but I believe that Seton Hall, I'm going to say they're going to win by 4 points. I'm going to say it's going to be a 72-68 win for Seton Hall. We're going to be throwing horns down all week until Thursday. But that will wrap up this episode of Pirate TV's coverage of Seton Hall Athletics. For Michael Federico, I am Jimmy Bliss. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on Thursday.